Making big purchases without getting into a debt, how do we do that? Is that possible? Or is it mission impossible? So this is what we're gonna talk about it today. Yes, I have changed the places my video where I make a video because I running out of places because sun is shining on my face and this is the only place I can do. Hey, if you do not know me, my name is Mira. Really good to see you. Today's video is I'm going to talk about a few steps that you can do instead you don't do, so that way you can purchase it without getting into a huge debt. So let's get to it. Today's video is that I'm going to talk about how not get into debt at all to make a big purchases. And if you're interested in, keep watching. I'm going to show you all the ideas, but my ideas are what we don't do it in order to get the big purchases done without getting into a debt. So let's get to it. My name is Mira. Really good to see you. If you do not know me, I live in Florida, Southwest area, live by choice and to make a best life for our family and have a great time together while we are saving money and achieving the financial freedom. Yes, we are still working on the mortgage, which is this house. We are still working on to pay off this. Number one is extremely important in today's world. What is that? Is don't worry about what social media people thinks. Don't worry about what it looks like in social media, our second life. So yes, I do have a social media accounts, Facebooks and all the stuff like everybody does, but it doesn't mean that I do post all my private life over there in social media about how great things or how bad things. That I'm not saying that you cannot post anything on social media. Absolutely not. You can post anything you want. So my point is that when we make a big purchases, we're trying to show off our nice car or our, or big houses or anything that in the social media. So trying to have a life in social media life, which may not be resemblance to our real life. And as a translator, I run the international language translation service here, and which means is that I have heard about a love story. I see about enough stories, and I think like people have forgotten about real life in living in the social media life, which is quite pretty not healthy. Is it healthy life that we are living, or it is unhealthy life that we are living? And so what we do in our family life recently, we really needed to purchase a car for our household. In order to purchase a car, we have decided that we were gonna go ahead and purchase a used car, certified used car, which is that somewhere in United States, if you're not aware of it, that people buy a fancy car, a new car, like say whatever year that the car was manufactured, they will purchase it as soon as you get out from the car dealership or as soon as you buy from the manufacturer. So either way, the cars are depreciated a lot and it went down to the price very soon. It's not like home. We purchased a certified used car. We didn't really worry about what our social media life looked like on the social media picture. We purchased a certified used car that we can afford it. As I was saying in the previous video, that if you go and check it out, that overcoming financial challenges in the really tough time. So go and check it out, the other video that I made recently, which is quite related with this video, that in the financial tough times, how you can able to handle your financial under control. So by buying the used car with cash was one of the main things that we were able to control this in the tough time in the real life situation. Number two is that don't buy troubles. What does it mean? Nobody want to buy troubles, but trouble doesn't usually say they are troubles. They usually look very fancy and shiny, and they even have it so colorful too. Instead of buying troubles, you save up money for it. Create a sinking fund that you want to purchase. It could be a car, it could be a house, down payment for the house, or it could be if you have saved enough, you could even buy a house, right? Save up money for it, create a sinking funds for that, so you're not purchasing a trouble, you actually purchasing an item that you can afford it. Sinking fund definitely gonna help you out. It could be the whole amount for the car, or it could be a major down payment for the house, so that way your principal gonna be really less. Depends on the car dealership or where you purchase it from. What you see is not just only what you're gonna pay for it. Like this, the car price is, let's say $15,000 for example, or maybe $10,000 or $8,000, whatever car it is. There are always other line items under it. There are things like 4 or 5 items always there. So pay attention to this. What are they? And we also traded our car, the car that already broke down, my husband's car. The car was extremely very old, so that was our trade-off price. And also they're gonna charge you a few things, so pay attention to it, what they are. Number one, very big amount is they're gonna tell you if you're buying a used car, they're gonna tell you how much worth that they put it into the used car that when they purchase it from somebody else at the time. So it could be $1,000, it could be $2,000, whatever amount it is, ask them. And so negotiation skill is extremely important. It is a very tough for me. I was a very reserved person. I was a very conservative, but I have to change my personality into able to person who I wanted to be. You got to negotiate that. They're gonna tell you that how much price that they put it into it. They will charge you the document fees. They will charge you service fees. They will charge you like all the fees that they're gonna charge you. There are 4 or 5 of them. Pay attention to it. And some of them you can say, you know what? Can you please take it off this one? I ask that way. They will definitely say, no, we cannot. So whether you accept that the way it is, or whether you change a lower price car, or whether you change they will keep forcing you, hey, you know what, why don't you do finance? Why don't you do finance? They will give you a better chance, all the stuff that they want to tell you. So negotiation skill is extremely important. I didn't buy any troubles on that day. Instead I saved extra $2,000 from the salesman. So how did I do that is, first of all, when you walk into the car dealership and they're gonna come with a salesperson come and talk to you, right? This is a salesperson. In the term, it is like they have in the car dealership, they have a levels, right? If you're aware of it, if you are not aware of it, I'm gonna tell you now. Which is number one is the top guy, right? The top guy or the top woman is over there, which is as a director or something, okay? And number two is that under him or her is gonna be a manager, sales manager, right? And after sales manager, gonna be a salesman, right? And after that, there will be business people who do the transitions, and there's operators, and there's a customer service people over there. And I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about you're gonna deal with 3 types of people. Number one is salesperson, and then after that, the sales manager gonna come and negotiate and talk about it, and then usually the director never gonna show up on you. So you have to require a lot of observation skills at the time over there when you're at the dealership. When you are ready to purchase a car, but when you have a bunch of money and you don't care about the price, then that is up to you. But I'm talking about people who care about the price and who want to negotiate and then save the money as much as they can in order to get the good quality car that they can purchase for their family. So when I talk to a salesperson say, well, you know what? This is car that we have, and this is it, and that is his job, and he's doing very well, and I understand that, and I say totally great, that is awesome. Well, I would like to talk to a sales manager. He went back and talked to his sales manager, I assume, or a group of people, a man, and another person show up in front of me, and he said, I'm a sales manager over here, and how can I help you? And that is when I walk in and I say, you know what, this and this I want, this I can pay. He said he still has to make money, and I say I totally agree. His job is to make money, my job is to save money, so we can meet in the middle. So he said, okay, definitely great. So he went back there, and he talked to people over there. I was observing it, who he was talking to. He's talking to 3 different people over there, and when he came back and I say, hey, so who is the top dog here? And he say, who is who, over there. I say, definitely, I would love to talk to who is who. The person finally show up, even though I was mentally shut down, my dog went to ER, and my husband's car broke down on the highway. It was pretty scary moments for me, and I was able to control and compose myself, saving $2,000. And obviously, I have to figure out how to talk with him and how to talk to him, and he listened carefully, all the analysts, and I try to tell him comparing this and this, trying to figure out situations, everything. And he shake my hand. He gave me the price that I was asking, so we meet in the middle. When you negotiate the price, it's all about you don't show your hands at the beginning, and you just have to come up with strategy. Let's say you can afford 10,000, and you don't want to go and show your hands 10,000. You want to go 8,000, and at the end you can be about 10,000. Maybe it can be 10,500, something along that line. We did save up money for my husband's car. It wasn't enough. I used some of my sinking fund, and I fill it in here for the car that we needed for my husband to drive. Next one is don't go lifestyle creeping, which is extremely important. Every of the friends that you have, they might be buying very fancy latest car, but they could be very nice and smell good. But at the same time, is it their cash? I do not know. I'm not going to judge them, but the question is that, can you afford it? That's the most important thing that we always have to ask ourselves. We don't worry about other people. We don't worry about social media. Like, we worry about ourselves. The car dealership is what sales manager was keep forcing it into the direction that we have to do the finance. You know, they say, if you buy a finance, then it will be blah, blah, blah. You know, it will be way, way better. I can reduce and lower the price and this and this and this. We say, no, we're not interested in doing that. And he even go that, oh, maybe you can do one finance and pay one payment, and after that you wipe it out. You can do that option too if you really, really need to go. Some of the bank, they do, like some of the lender, they do, you have to pay 6 months before penalized, or you have to pay 3 months or 3 payments, or sometimes you can say, they say one payment and you can wipe it out the whole amount if you can afford it, which it totally makes sense, you know, if you have to go that route. But we are already made up our mind that we're not going to finance. I never want to go to finance, buying and other things in my life. The house was a purchase, the last one that we did, and this is it. So you know, they're gonna talk you into it, stop, or they're gonna talk you out of it, you know, from your core value. You have to stick around, and you have to understand that you are not going to lifestyle creeping, and you are not going after buying no more troubles, you know, more troubles, consequences, and you're not going to live in a social media life. If you like this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe and like, and also share with your friends, and finish watching the end of the video, because it's definitely helped my channel over here, and I will never forget your gratitude. Number 4 is, like, don't make other people jealous of what you're living with. You know, for example, it could be a car, it could be a house. Mostly a car. I just want to focus on car on this subject in this video. I have a windy storm over here, if you can see it. So in this video, that I want to focus on cars. So don't make other people jealous of what you have, because it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they can be jealous or they can be not jealous. It really doesn't matter, you know, because you're the one paying these bills. You know, I have seen enough of a story of like people's house got evicted because they couldn't pay their mortgages every month, or people's cars were taken away because they couldn't make a car payment every month on time. It could be because of their health issues. It could be because of their employment. It could be any reason, you know. Those are the main 2 things that it could cause a lot of troubles. So, like, you know, having the sinking funds, and also that, you know, not getting lifestyle creep and not worrying about other people thinking, is extremely important to live our life, the best life. We purchased a car, which is a certified used car, and we feel very safe. We research and love it, and we also, like, take care of it. You know, we know that how long we're gonna last this car, so we continue saving the sinking fund for next car. And it could be a used car, it could be a new car, we do not know, but we definitely have started it already. And you know, we're grateful that everything has given in our life, and experiences, knowledges, and that is like lifetime. So I am happy to share my experience and my life experience, good or bad, with you, and you know, hoping that you take it as a good experience for yourself, and make the better for your life. And I think that's all I can hope for. I want to say thank you so much. It is quite windy over here, and I'm gonna go back to inside of my house and taking care of my family, because they've been so nice, and I was able to make video over here. I've been away from YouTube for last week, but I'm so glad that I was able to come back here and make it one video. I'm trying to make consistent as much as I could. You know, sometimes things are really rough and you just have to let it break, and that is totally okay, as long as you're doing it, and that's all matters. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I really appreciate you. Happy big purchases with no debt. Thank you.